Visions of the Black Heaven, written by Daniel Zien, read by Daniel Zien. Chapter 26. The sun had set as old lady Schroeder finished cleaning the kitchen. Looking out the window, she saw the sun had gone down and putting her last dish away, wondering where her husband was. She opened the kitchen door to look into the living room. Her husband was sitting on the sofa. He was staring blankly at his reflection in the window. The lights were off. The ceiling fan twirled. Moonlight shined in the drapeless windows, creating a reflection. She had always heard of the others seeing the shadows, hearing voices, seeing the reflections in the windows, but had never experienced that for herself. The kitchen door was cracked just enough to see her husband sitting on his living room sofa. A lit cigarette hung between his index and middle finger. The ashes of the burning cigarette bent down, ready to fall on the floor. She was puzzled at what she saw. Then a shadow appeared on the wall before him. He mumbled quietly as his expressionless eyes followed the faceless form from one side of the wall to the other. She silently gasped in horror as the shadow moved off the wall and became a three-dimensional form, aimlessly roaming through the living room. She was more shocked when she noticed the shadow had a shadow. The hollow blackness continued to fill her husband's eyes as he gazed at the wall. She almost fell over when she saw the reflection of a man appear in the window. The image had long shoulder-length blonde hair, black eyes, a mouth of double rows of teeth. The image had a tanned face, thick neck, broad shoulders, muscular, hairy arms, a leather and burlap shirt with what looked like a metal armor breastplate on his chest. The face snarled as the mouth began to speak. The image's mouth moved. She could not hear the words. She saw it waving its hand in anger. The hand had 5 fingers and a thumb, collapsing its open hand into a thick fist. She felt the anger, frustration, and hostility of the message. The only thing she could think of was, is this the haint? Is it true? It does exist. Her husband mumbled louder. The reflection's face grimaced in anger. The faceless shadow impatiently paced the floor. She held her breath and felt a wave of cold fear when the faceless shadow looked her way. Her husband sat up and shouted, "I will!" just before the reflection vanished. The shadow looked toward her once more as it walked away, fading into the wall. She was startled, not knowing what to do, looking for her oldest son, Woodard. He was her support, her hidden strength. Glancing out the front window, she saw him sitting on the front rocker on the porch. Opening the front door, looking out, she was startled. Just as she was about to speak, a shadow appeared from the duskiness of the night. She held her breath in fear as the shadow's image looked at her while moving towards her son. She closed the door, went back into the house, not sure where any place was safe.